Well, that's a really empty looking wood rack. It's cold. We better fix that. Hello, tractor. It's about 28 degrees. It's been pretty cold here overnight. Let's see if she'll start. Wait for it. Contact. There she goes. I shut the tractor off just for a minute so I don't have to shout over it. So went ahead and threw some suitcase weights on the back since I'm going to be picking up a mostly full small IBC total wood. Probably not necessary, but gives me a little extra balance. I do have the rear tires of this tractor loaded with rim guard, so that helps quite a bit. But, you know, a couple 100 pounds in the back isn't bad. Also, I absolutely love these hardwood dollies, little hardwood movers dollies. I picked these up on the cheap. Lowe's, Menards, Home Depot, you can get them pretty much anywhere. I think I got these at Harbor Freight, actually. They're cheap, they work great, provided that you're on a, relatively smooth concrete floor. Don't judge my cleanliness right now. It's great for moving around implements. It saves me a whole ton of time, and it makes hooking up things a whole lot easier. Bring the implement to the tractor, not the tractor to the implement. All right, that was easy. Now the real work, loading the rack. All right, that's a lot better. That will keep us in burning wood for the fireplace for anywhere between a couple of weeks and maybe up to a month. Depends on how cold the weather is and how much we're home to burn it. So I've still got a little bit left, maybe, another half a rack in that IBC tote. So let's go ahead and get this thing put back down on the barn. And before I get the question, because it may come up, why I use that little rack instead of putting that thing on wheels, well, I floated that idea and it was roundly rejected by my wife. She said no, and I understand the basic tenets of happy wife, happy life. So I just use this one. We don't go through enough that an IBC tote up here on the porch is necessary. So let's get this thing moved, put back down there. All right, that one's parked right back where it belongs. Now, a question that might come up is why I play my little dance with the IBC tote, flipping it around when I go up to the porch. And quite honestly, I keep the open end of my totes facing out here on the porch of the barn because that way I can get into the wood stack if I need it without having to fight behind it or get between the wall and the tote. This way, it's just easier. Now, this one is actually stacked backwards for a reason. That is the stuff that got split in the last video, and that's only been maybe 2 months ago, maybe a little bit more. So that one there, that's still green. These guys over here, I haven't tested them yet, but that one are fairly fresh. These two, or actually I take that back, the one in the end was the one I split in the last video. That was the one I finished up afterwards. So these two, probably pretty dry. Those two, they may need some time, but I'm not going to bust into those just yet because I still have that one down there, which has been here for at least a year, maybe a little bit more. All right, I'm going to take a quick walk and then we'll see what else we can get into today since the tractor's already warmed up. All right, so back here at the edge, kind of at the edge of my property, everything on that side's really my neighbor's. Got some big logs that come down because they all came out of the top of this spar that is well and truly dead. This thing is, yeah, that's pretty much done for. And as you can see, the only thing growing on it at this point is poison ivy, which is dormant right now, thankfully. But yeah, that's pretty bad. So I think I'm going to go throw the grapple on the tractor, grab a saw, and this thing's just going to get pushed over because I don't think there's any value in this for a firewood log. I think everything is pretty well ruined. So it's just going to get pushed over. But what I don't want it to do is fall this way and hit any of my nice little trees over here. So let's do that. Let me go grab the tractor. We'll put the grapple on it, grab a saw, and we'll just knock this thing over. All right, let's see if I can do this without having to restart the tractor. We'll see how good I am. All right, the grapple made quick work of that, gave me some working room. Let's, we're gonna send it that way into the woods because we're not saving any of this. So get it set up and let's see how bad the inside of this tree is. I'm gonna bring you guys in because this is pretty bad, and I'm a little worried that if I try a back cut through that crap, this whole thing is just gonna drop. So we are going to engage the other way to get rid of crappy trees. Power tools. Well, heck, I shouldn't even brought the saw out. I should have just done that to begin with. That thing was about one good windstorm away from coming over. So it's probably a good thing that I got this thing on the ground. And now won't threaten any of its still standing and very lovely neighbors. Well, that tree didn't turn into nearly as big of a project as I thought it was going to. Probably a good thing that I just gave it a shove and didn't try to cut any more than I did, because that was a little more sketchy than I was suspecting. I kind of thought the outer layers of the tree might be soft and punky and insect rotten, but once it got inside, it'd probably be all right. But I was wrong, and that whole thing was, well, you guys saw it. It was a mess. So anyways, I'm gonna go sit by a fire the rest of the afternoon and we'll see how long it takes me to edit this one and get it put up. So until then, guys, be safe. We'll see you here next time.